Hello YouTube land, it's Debbie from the Canadian Crocheter. Today is November 11th, which is Remembrance Day here in Canada, and I believe Veterans Day in the States. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day, and I hope everyone has taken the moment of silence this morning at 11:11. I think it's extremely important to just take a moment to reflect and remember. That is something that we were taught from very young age, and we pass it on to our children, and I hope that it does get passed on from generation to generation, because remembering is very, very important. But this afternoon I figured I'd get on here and show you what I've been up to. But before I even do that, I'm going to talk about the #1 question that I get on this channel, and it, believe it or not, has nothing to do with yarn. The #1 question is about my hair, or the color of it. Today it's bedhead hair, but about the color. What color is my hair? And to be honest with you, I have no idea. So when I went from blonde to red, I went to my hairstylist, who is a fantastic lady. She's got a little salon in her house. And she gave me a base. And then from there, every 3 weeks, I go to the drugstore and I pick a red. But the problem is I never remember what red it was, so I just pick whatever grabs my attention that day. And then every 3 months I go and she puts in a base again. If you're planning on changing your hair color and doing it yourself, I highly suggest that you start with a base by a professional, and then be aware that if you're gonna go red, it's every 3 weeks you gotta color your hair. So this time I remembered to keep the box, and I figured I'd show you. This time it is Feria Metropical. Oh, come on. Feria Metropical. And I believe this color is, it's color 622, and I believe it's called Fuchsia. 622 Fuchsia. I don't know. How does it look? Does it look? I don't know. Anyway, I'm not that particular. As long as it's red, I'm okay with it. Next time it will be another red. I don't know. I will not be taking this box with me anywhere. Anyway, that answers a lot of the questions that I get about my hair. So, in my opinion, it's just hair. I'm not that anal. Okay, what have I been up to yarny-wise? Okay, let me talk about the first thing that I did. So let's talk about this one. I've been practicing my knitting, and I wanted to just practice and go round and round and round. For some reason, knitting is harder for me. I took up crochet fairly quickly. I pick up new stitches fairly easily. Knitting, not so much. It's taking me a lot. I don't know why. Still feels very, very awkward to me. But I decided I just wanted to practice the stockinette, and I made a hat. I don't know what yarn this was. There was no ball band, but I loved the colors. And I wanted, when I was making the scarf and I was complaining about the curling, this time I actually wanted the curling, so I did not put a border of any kind. And then I just cinched the top. I didn't decrease or anything. And this fits me. I wanted that curling. It kind of reminds me of fisherman's hat. Anyway, this will be for the cottage. It feels woolly, but not in an itchy kind of way. So I'm thinking there is some wool in this. I love it. So it's a new hat. It won't fit anybody else in the house, so it's mine. I love it. So I did that. And that was just strictly stockinette, round and round and round and round. Then I wanted an elf hat, and I saw this I went on Bag O' Day's Etsy shop, and she had a pattern for the Eccentric elf hat. So there it is. And I made one, and now I used a mill end green and white. So when I was making it, it was literally standing on end. It was so stiff, so I had to wash it. Now I followed the directions, and it is way too big for me, but I'm gonna put it on. Oh, okay, it is way too big, but look at the length of this thing. I love it. I love it so much. And she has you double crocheting in the back loop, so it creates this ribbing kind of effect, but going this way. It's awesome. It is big on me, so if nobody else wants it in the house, I'm gonna have to cinch this in the back somewhere where it's not gonna be very visible. Just because if I leave it and then I move around, look, it just falls off because of the weight of the length and the pom-pom. Sorry. It pulls it off my head. So yeah, I love this. Now there is a tutorial. So if you could follow the tutorial, you can absolutely do this. But I like written patterns for a couple of reasons. One, I go to the cottage a lot and we have no Wi-Fi, so I can't follow the tutorial. I need the written pattern. That's why I bought it. And the other reason is a lot of tutorials could be an hour long. I don't have that kind of time to follow for an hour. And then if I stop and go back to it, YouTube always like takes the time. It jumps back. So then I get lost again. So I love the written pattern. That's why I purchased it. Now, I do believe there's an error in the pattern, and I did send her a message. She hasn't responded yet, but she's busy, and it wasn't an expensive pattern. I was able to figure it out, no biggie. And I'm sure when she has time, she'll get back to me on that. So, but you can absolutely follow the tutorial and without purchasing the pattern. So I love this. I loved it so much. So I think I'm gonna make a red one, or maybe in that spring green color that Ella from No Catchy Name loves so much. I have some of that. I think that's more of an elf color, right? So I'm gonna make another one. I'm absolutely gonna make another one. So that's a good one. What else? Oh, okay. So I was watching, a while ago, I was watching Becca over at Mama Hodge Crochet. And she was making this diamond hat, and I fell in love with it. And it's been on my list to try for a long time, just never got around to it. So I got around to it a few days ago, and now I'm addicted. And it is the diamond hat by Moogly, or Tamara Kelly. Come on, focus. Oh my God, I love this. I can't stop making it. It's all I want to make right now. So the first one I made the child size. And this is using Mandala Ombre in the colorway Mantra. This is 100% acrylic, and it's number 4 worsted. Oh my goodness, I love this yarn so much. It feels soft, doesn't split, and actually this one you get a lot of yardage, 344 yards. I have enough here to make another hat. But look at this hat. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. This one fits my head. Look at this. Is this not adorable? I love it, I love it, I love it so much. And so this one will be kept to me unless a kid comes in here and steals it. But look at this. I love, 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 love it. So I figured I gotta make another one. I actually make another one out of this because there's so much left. And so I made another one. And this one is using Michael's Swirled Ombre. And this is a number 4 worsted, 100% acrylic. You get 200 yards. And it's Michael's Swirled Ombre. And this colorway is Desert. Love the colors. And the yarn felt squishy. But when I made it, it's stiff. Look at this. I'll show you. Look at that. That is stiff. And honestly, I did not enjoy working with this yarn. It feels waxy. I don't know how else to explain it. Like there's a wax to it. So I didn't enjoy that, but I don't know. I have 2 more skeins of this. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. But anyway, it came out. The colors came out nice. But I love this pattern. Oh, and so this one, she has you do a different kind of ribbing than I've ever done before. So you actually, it's a top down, and then you attach this ribbing, like you actually crochet the ribbing from the hat. It's different than I've ever tried before, which is awesome. But this one I decided to do the old fashioned, I was gonna say back post, front post, or front post, back post, but it's not. It's front post, first of all, I went down a hook size. It's front post, and then the second one's a half double crochet, and then front post, half double crochet. I find that gives me a nicer rib look. Anyway, I'm happy with the color, and I love the pattern of the hat. just not that keen on the yarn itself. It is, maybe if I wash it, I don't know. But it's, I don't know, it's not the nicest feeling. It feels so much better in the ball form than in when you're working with it. So I did that one. And probably next week you'll see some more of these because I can't stop making them. And then I made one using Loops and Thread, Michael's Loops and Threads Facet Stones, which is like a roving type yarn. 243 yards and 5.2 ounces. It's a number 4, 100% acrylic, I believe. Hold on. Where does it say the content? The color is garnet, 100% acrylic. So this was a gift. I had 4 balls of this and I made another one. This one is an adult size, which I will show it to you. It is way too big for me. But again, the pattern is, I love the pattern. I love the diamond pattern. I'm just not sure about the yarn in this. I think it's too blotchy. So I think maybe this Facet Stones was made. I mean, it's soft. It's roving, so it's really soft. It's nice. No frogging, because roving doesn't frog well. Where was I? But I think that this yarn is probably intended for something else, not particularly this pattern. So I think it just came out too blotchy. But I made it, and it's an adult hat. I have 3 more skeins of this, and I'll have to figure something else out to do with it. And then I love this so much, and I had some of this Super Saver Chunky, and this is a number 5 bulky. It's a Red Heart Super Saver Chunky, and the colorway, and it's 100% acrylic, and it's minty. Actually, this is the same kind of yarn as my sweater. This is the sweater that I made a long time ago, last year. It's looking pretty ratty because I wear it all the time. Anyway, I had some of this and I started another one, but I think I have to pull it back because look at the size of this thing. This is the hat. I mean, look, it's gonna be huge. So I think, and this is the adult version, but look at it. It's massive. And that's because I'm using a bigger hook. So I need to drop down a hook size or use a different yarn. So I am addicted to this hat. It's crazy. Love it so much. What else did I make? Oh, one last thing. It has nothing to do with hats. So, a little while ago, Snappy Tots, and I cannot remember her name. I think you all know Snappy Tots. Had this little, I don't know what you would call it, like where you pay one price, and I think it was something nominal, like $7 Canadian or something like that. And you get like 12 weeks of patterns or something. So every week she gives you another one, and they're little things like a tissue cover and whatever, right? Anyway, out of there, there was this dusting mitt. And there's different ways. It's actually quite a big pattern because she gives you the dimensions if you're going to use cotton, regular size, large size. But she also gives you the dimensions if you're going to use brunette blanket. So I had some of this left over. Oh, there's a hair in there. Yuck. And it's basically, and this one's very big on me, but it's a dust mitt. I love it. I love it. And you just go around and then throw it in the, dust around, and then you throw it in the washing machine. I will make another one, but maybe a little smaller because this one is a little awkward for me. But yeah, I love it. What a great idea. What a great idea. So it's really easy. If I'm not sure if this is only part of that little pattern combo thing, but if I can find it separately, I'll attach a link. Otherwise, I do apologize. But yeah, it's awesome. It's so, I'm actually want to make a whole pillow out of this. It's a take on the loop stitch, but it's done differently than the loop stitch, very differently. It's chains, but oh my goodness, I love this. Love this so much. So my mother already wanted to use it. I'm like, no, let me talk about it first. So anyway, This is awesome. And it's basically just a cuff, and it is very big on me, but it's a cuff and a rectangular piece, like a mitt. You leave a hole for your thumb so you can hold on to it, and then you do the loops. Anyway, awesome. I loved it. Anyway, let me take a sip of my coffee. The last thing I wanted to talk about is sometimes I get stuck on what to make next. My list of things that I want to make is a mile long, but yet I don't know what to make. What do I make next? So, and I have a gazillion and one whips. So what I want to do, I want to get some suggestions on what I should do next. So I'm going to combine this next part with the giveaway. So what I want you to do down below is give me a suggestion of a pattern, a particular pattern, whether it be a paid for pattern or a free pattern, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the item is. Please no blankets, because I'm already working on a couple of blankets, so no blankets. But anything else that you think that I might be interested in trying, leave the link or the name of the pattern or something like that down below. And let's see, today's the 11th. On December 1st, I'm going to make a draw, and the person that gets picked, if they've suggested me a pattern, I'm going to make that pattern. But that person that suggested it is going to get a Christmas gift from me. It's not going to be anything big. It's going to be a little, hey, happy holidays. I shouldn't be even calling it a Christmas gift because some people don't celebrate. In this house, we celebrate, but let's call it a holiday pick-me-up. So leave a suggestion for the pattern, or it could be a top, it could be a bag, a hat, an ear warmer, kitchen, anything except a blanket. Please don't leave blankets because I have a lot of blankets as it is to finish. Anyway, leave the suggestion, and then on December 1st I will draw, and I will afterwards make that item that they've suggested, but that person will get a little holiday pick-me-up from me. So like I said, it'll be a surprise, because that's what the holidays are all about, is surprises. It'll be a little surprise, and hopefully an enjoyable one. I hope, fingers crossed. Anyway, so that I am still working on another Take My Stash giveaway, but not yet, because I haven't had time to clean my space to put stuff aside. Anyway, I hope everyone is having a wonderful day and a wonderful upcoming week. And oh, Billy, if you're watching, so pleased that you got through it okay. I know you're dealing with some pain right now, but yeah, hopefully the pain won't last forever. Anyway, have a wonderful week, and we will talk soon.